Hi everyone. One of our customers has asked us to assist with converting EDI files. This is the first video dedicated to this task. So first of all, let me start from setting up the environment. So I have created subfolders. We have two kinds of EDI files. We have ASM files. We have INV files. We also have a QED folder dedicated to storing lookup files. We also have sample folder, which we will be using for samples. We have TMP folder, which is used to store results of transformation temporary. When I create the folder structure, I always recommend putting a README file like this one, because it is confusing for the users who create, basically the file explains the meaning and the reason why the folder was created, what are the folders used for, and who created the folder. Let's start from ENV files. So we have two environments, live and test, and we have the same folder structure for both of the environments. Again, I put a README file explaining why we need those folders. So basically, the files are arriving into this folder. Then we process file one by one. And before processing, we copy a single file into buffer folder. We process it. By processing, I mean validate it and transform it. And if successful, we copy the original file into backup and copy converted file into converted. And if validation fails, we copy the file into failed folder. That might sound a little bit complicated, but we don't know how many files we are going to be processing. And we want to avoid double processing of the files. For example, if we have too many files waiting in waiting folder, it might slow things down. Like if you have thousands of files, so the better option is to process only what is required. Another benefit of this structure is that we can use directory monitor for it and only execute the workflow when new files arrive into the folder, or we can just schedule the execution. So let me show you the basic EDI file. I have a sample here, just dummy file. It doesn't hold any customer data, just dummy. So the file has some segments at the beginning, and depending on the segment, we want to perform various validations and transformations. Let's restore backup. So the backup is stored in the backup file. And also what we need to do, we need to set up some global variables. Just delete these ones, just don't need them. Can we just load them from the file? Not want Excel file, don't want Excel file. Let me just convert the file into Excel. Here's a variables file. Save it as a Excel file. And we import it back. Here it is. Тут не use line. So I set up a number of variables. So in case of env, so we have env environment because we are going to be loading data from live environment, and if you want to change it, we can just set it to test. Or we can change it while loading the data using set variable action. We also have a root folder. We have TMP folder and QED folder. Again, we can, this is a flexible way of changing the locations of the files. We also have number of directories. Again, the directories, they use the global variables. So we have root folder and we have environment and the buffer. Same for env, same for QED, same for TMP. Okay, thank you for watching. In the next tutorial, I will walk through the actual workflow and I will demonstrate how it all works. Thank you. Bye.